Today I'm going to be asking the question of whether East West Rail is absolutely worth it. So, let's find out. That's right, yes, East West Rail has had its fair share of controversies and delays. So, without further ado, let's get into it and remind ourselves of the route that East West Rail will be taking. East West Rail is designed to link Oxford and Cambridge via Milton Keynes along what used to be known as the Varsity line before it closed in the 1960s due to the beaching cuts. When it opens in early 26, Chiltern will operate the service using Class 196s borrowed from West Midlands Railway. And this is the route graphic for it. There will be 2 trains an hour from Oxford to Milton Keynes when it initially starts in early 2026. And this is the full route from Oxford all the way to Cambridge. Please know that the service between Milton Keynes and Aylesbury and Oxford and Aylesbury will be axed and it's no longer going ahead. Just to clarify, the route between Oxford and Cambridge is 85 miles long, and of course it will be along the Oxford-Cambridge-Milton Keynes arc. Currently, to get between the 2 university cities, you have to go via London, taking 2 hours 40 minutes and £72.20 for a return, £48.75 with a rail card, which is crazy because you have to go through London, of course. I mean, you get on this GWR train from Oxford, take it down to London Paddington before heading across on the tube to King's Cross, where you get on that train up to Cambridge. And of course, this is the Oxford-Cambridge arc going via Milton Keynes. It generates £11 billion plus each year, with the potential to double by 2050, featuring the universities of Oxford, Cambridge, as well as the Open University, and of course East West Rail. You can see here Oxford Station is going to undergo an upgrade, well it's starting to anyway, and it will be complete by 2026, and the rest of it, well, God knows when that will be complete, because it will cost £161 million. Anyway, here's the route from Oxford to Bicester. The initial part of that opened in 2015-16 time, introducing a direct Oxford to Marylebone service before the rest of the line through Winslow onto Bletchley and then obviously up to Milton Keynes. Then here's the Marston Vale line going up to Bedford, going past the new Universal Studios. We'll get to that in a minute, before going to Bedford and then on to Cambridge. Winslow Station originally closed in 1968 and it's reopening early next year, and this is what it will look like. I mean, this is some drone footage that Jeff Marshall took. I mean, I've got to say, it looks absolutely class. You know, it's got to have step-free access as standard, and will also serve Buckingham as well as Winslow, because Buckingham doesn't have a railway station. And then on to Milton Keynes. Of course, Milton Keynes is another key part of this Oxford-Cambridge growth corridor because it's the largest city, and of course it will serve Bletchley as well, which is a suburb of Milton Keynes, and on the original Varsity line route. And Milton Keynes, of course, as you know, it has excellent transport links for the new town, which is the largest place, and of course an existing expansion is going to take place in Milton Keynes very soon as well. And on to Bedford now, because Bedford also is a key part of the route, and this is what I had to say about it.
This just looks like crime. Looks like crime central.
Planning permission for the brand new Universal Studios UK site in the middle of Bedfordshire has been approved, which means that Kempston Hardwick on the existing Marston Vale line will be relocated as a result. Anyway, on to buses, and Stagecoach East run the X5 and the 905 that link Oxford and Cambridge via Bedford. It used to be one through route up until summer 2020 when they split it at Bedford. It takes 2 hours to do the Oxford to Bedford portion, and then another 1 hour 15 minutes to complete the Bedford to Cambridge section, giving you a total journey time of 3 hours and 15 minutes, and that's not too bad, to be fair, for the £3 bus fare cap. Anyway, on to Thamesford, which isn't too far from St Neots and just after Bedford, which has got excellent transport links as it's on the East Coast Main Line and will be on the East West Rail, which means there could be a brand new split level station. I mean, that'd be really good because it'll provide good connectivity for a place that's due to have around 40,000 homes, and residents will be hoping that it's not the next Milton Keynes. Don't worry, MK, I do still like you, of course. Anyway, we get to St Neots where the 905 runs through, and again, St Neots is another big interchange because it's on the East Coast Main Line between London and Peterborough, before we get on to the A428, which heads towards Cambridge. Now, this section along the Black Cat roundabout bit is being upgraded to dual carriageway, and it will provide better connections whenever it's complete, of course, and it will serve the new town of Cambourne, just outside of the main city of Cambridge. Obviously, here's me walking through the Grand Arcade, and that's a key landmark of Cambridge, as well as part of the University of Cambridge and the brand new Cambridge South Station. But here's me for the finish. Despite the controversy, is East West Rail worth it? I think so. Certainly, these east to west connections are needed in this day and age, especially between two university cities of Oxford and Cambridge, the two best universities in the country and some of the best, well, one of the best in the world, of course. And yeah, we just need some east to west connections, because the problem is all connections go north to south every time. But we have a lack of east to west connections. So certainly, well, we've got to have an east to west connection between Oxford and Cambridge. And that corridor is really important. Economically as well. It's one of the powerhouses in the UK outside of London. And it's really important that if Oxford and Cambridge are connected together via Milton Keynes, it could generate a whole lot more for the economy. Now, of course, there's some controversies with EWR in terms of like the route options. You know, maybe people's houses might get lost like HS2 at Great Missenden, but obviously we don't want that to happen. But EWR has obviously done consultations into this, looking into what they can do, and there's obviously different route options, and the route options are chosen based off their suitability, and that is very important in a way. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier in the video about Universal Studios, that is going to be really important as well in Bedfordshire, because when that opens, that's going to make that line even more popular. And of course, the existing Marston Vale line too. Whether those stations on that Bletchley to Bedford line become redundant, we will have to see. But yeah, anyway. Join us next time for another look as we talk transport. Make sure to like and subscribe as well. Bye bye.